When I was 27 years old, my life as I had known it changed in a second. When I was kidnapped on the side of a dusty road and held hostage for 460 days. I didn't see the sky for over a year. I could hear those birds out there, and I was always reminded of the beauty of the world that still existed just on the other side of those four walls. When you train yourself to look for whatever good you can find in any circumstance, you begin to see more of it. But you have to make the decision to start looking. I've discovered the value of these four quadrants of resilience: gratitude, connection, presence, and purpose. Actively seeking connection, it is such an important part of being a leader, because a culture that is resilient will emerge out of human connection first, because we're not meant to do this alone. You demonstrate to each other what is possible, and that builds collective strength, that builds a shift in perspective. To get to the goal, you have to be willing to navigate the uncertain path. You have to be able to access some trust in what that future can look like. Keeping our eyes on our purpose, it motivates us, it guides our decision making. How do you lift your team out of the heaviness of the world out there? It is by creating a culture that collects the peak moments, that celebrates the daily wins. And that is the strategy. That is how we get through this particularly difficult chapter in human history. You keep that vision of your potential in view. You do not need to wait for the difficult part of the story to be over to begin to change your experience of it. Be willing to look at the challenges in our path and find ways to transform them into something better. The wisdom that we get through our life experiences, that is our legacy. That is what we leave behind to our families, to our community, that has enduring value. You will see what you need to let go of. The attachment to old emotions, even if they're valid, to old beliefs, to old stories that we hold on to so tightly, but that are holding us back. There were so many times along the way that I wanted to give up. And I am so glad that I didn't, because this was always on my path, just up ahead. Will our challenges remind us of what really matters to us, of what our values are, of what our priorities are? And if it does, and we see that there was something in it for us, will your challenges inspire you to be grateful for and to make the most of your one precious life? That choice is yours.